So if you go into the hangar bar and you kick this jukebox just right, it'll play some reggae music. What's going on, gamers? Now, in honor of this cool little addition in the last patch, I'm feeling like having a little reggae music going. So, Bungie just dropped their weekly update, so I'm going to add to that, of course, so let's get to the shoutouts. Now, my shoutouts is how I like to try to show appreciation to the Destiny community that has gotten me this far. Now, on that note, I actually passed a milestone. My subscribers, it went over 9,000. So, I expect a flood of Vegeta memes incoming. So now I want to give shoutouts to the Sun Sins, Night Squid, Colorado Mountain Bro, Mr. Dave Kills All, and Melissa Knowles. First and foremost, Bungie wanted to talk about this new patch. So I ran through a lot of the new options that came with this patch. Now, first and foremost to me was the new vault that I was dying for. Now I feel like I can finally get some of my gear organized a bit, but the other thing that I was very curious about was the colorblind mode. So I flipped it on to see what it looked like. Now I also ran the Nightfall with two of my buddies, Prime and Cat, and with both of them running on the same mode as well. So the video will give you an example of just how one of these modes can make things look. Now, first on Bungie's list, they talked about the purple ball in the tower, which now does a few things differently. Now, when I saw the patch notes, I honestly thought they were joking. I mean, who would waste time making the beach ball glow? Well, now it does. Yeah, Bungie took the time to make the beach ball glow, don't ask. Secondly, they gave a time for when a major info drop will be, and it's going to be April 22nd. Now on that, they're going to talk about how the gear upgrades will work. Of course, as soon as I know something, ladies and gents, I'll relay that message, but the interesting bit is this. They plan to give this info out in the Reef. Remember in the last video I mentioned that Bungie has yet to unveil the Reef social space and that the vendors would be there? Well, I give you the guys the location. It's called the Queen's Bay. Now Bungie hasn't officially said this yet, but it makes sense. It's a hangar bay, the Queen's there, enough said. Now Bungie did call the place a Vestian outpost. Well, that's pretty accurate because there is an asteroid belt that NASA just mapped called Vesta 4, which is one of the largest asteroids in our solar system, and it sits between Mars and Jupiter in an asteroid belt. That's a perfect location for landing your ship if you ask me. They also did say there was one last patch to come, the 1.2, and that it would have the House of Wolves in it. That's a partial truth. A lot of you downloaded the patch and noticed it was a big damn patch. Why? Because you already have most of the House of the Wolves data in it. Stuff like the Queen's bounties that I caught on my cell phone, the names of a few of the enemies we'll be fighting, new Crucible maps. It's even how I know the name of the Queen's Bay, because it was actually in this last patch. Earlier in the week, I posted this tweet. This is Kirsten Potter, and she is the voice of the Queen. She had said she had just recorded some new stuff for the House of Wolves DLC, and that things seemed to get pretty intense. Now what this screams to me is that Bungie may have added some extra story bits, and likely Kirsten's dialogue is one of the things that'll be coming in the 1.2 patch. Now it does take time to master an audio track and synchronize to what we'll see on the screen, so I expect this to be some last minute additions. Now one thing that a few of my friends have been doing to prepare for this DLC is not to open faction packages in the hopes that they will turn into some new House of Wolves gear after the DLC lands. If you're doing that, I'm telling you guys, just go ahead and open them. The packages are pre-rolled once they trigger, so they will only change into what they could have been when you leveled up your faction. Even Bungie stated this as well, so go ahead and open your goodies if you're hoarding them. You do have the vault space for it now. Lastly, people have noted that the Dark Below sword bearers have stopped spawning. Bungie's not saying this is an error, so if you need to go kill a sword bearer, play the Fist of Crota mission. But this gives me an idea. What if they had to stop the Crota public events because a new public event is coming? As I said in the trailer reveal, you see the House of Wolves walking through Russia, and that this was the Gone to Ground mission. Now the mission has a new name called A Joining of Houses. I also said there were two other story missions on Venus. What if Bungie turned off the Crota Swordbearer public events so that a new public event could occur? What if one day on Earth, and this time on Venus, some crazy shotgun-toting House of Wolves Fallen showed up with that servitor you see in the reveal trailer? It would help tie in the trailer to the game. I don't know, that's just my opinion guys, what do you think? Well, if you like this type of content, and who wouldn't like a video with reggae, asteroids, and Vegeta? Just hit that like button or leave a comment on what you think about the public event situation, or if you want to see more, just hit that subscribe button. But as always, guys, have a good one.